Two dudes reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Well, Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Quincy.
And you're the host, Justin.
I look like disheveled as fuck.
I also look a little...
Gravity just pulled my hair. There we go.
Like, I'm doing something very rare today. I'm drinking coffee. And, yes, I know Lauren didn't add too much creamer to it. I can tell the coffee's pretty heavy here. I'm not mad at it. I'm going to probably drink this entire cup.
See, I would have put less sugar in mine.
Yeah, I know. Not bad. This is still very, but I'm going to drink it.
I'm also sporting my birthday gift from Lauren today. My house, my rules, my coffee.
Yes.
God, dude, I gotta get a haircut. I look like a reject Fabio. I look like Fabio post getting hit in the face with a goose.
I feel like you're on one of those romance books, and it's supposed to be "I Fall in Love with a Geek."
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Have you ever heard there's one called Geekarella? Yeah. Lauren read it. I don't know. I didn't read it.
Sure.
Not that I'm opposed to it. I read. Are you kidding me? I give almost anything a shot to the point that I have read several cozy mysteries.
Okay.
I'm willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, why not?
I'm not saying they were good. I'm just saying I read them.
Right.
I was like, all right, I'll give this a shot. And then I was like, okay, it wasn't terrible. And the sequel was on sale for like $4. I was like, I'll give the sequel a shot. And then after that, I was like, I think I'm done.
I mean, that's kind of how I was with Hunger Games. After the first one, I was just like,
I never read any of it.
Really?
Yeah.
I would at least recommend the first one. It is good, but I feel like it could end after the first one. I feel like it has a staple to keep going, but I did not feel the need to keep going.
Yeah, I didn't read Ender Game, Hunger Games. I mean, I did the Harry Potters.
Ready Player One?
Ready Player One I did, and I did Ready Player 2, which was not as good.
Yeah, no, it was not.
He should have left it at 1.
Yeah.
Ready Player One's amazing, though.
Yes.
But let's see. I've done the entire Dresden series. I've done the entire Longmire series, all the Sherlock Holmes. I got the Necronomicon for Lovecraft.
The Cthulhu Mythos?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think of the other big series. I started the Patterson one, Along Came a Spider, Alex Cross.
Oh.
The movie is so much better.
I'm
struggling to get through that book.
There's a few movie book adaptations that I guess when they went over to movie, they were like, we can cut all of this out.
Yeah, like
the Memoirs of Titanic, when they took it from what was told on that retelling, they apparently took a lot out of that.
Well, with the Alex Cross one, I don't want to give any spoilers or anything, but if you've seen Along Came a Spider, you get the general concept. They kidnap someone rich's kid for the reasons people would kidnap rich kids.
Yes.
In the book, it's all about this guy who wants to be like the most famous kidnapper ever, and it's just like there's so much more to it, but in a bad way.
Oh.
That's what I'm struggling through.
Yes.
I've done a good chunk of the Star Wars. I've done all of Darth Bane and whatnot. I just started the first of the Disney canon, and started out dark. Like, this is a Disney canon Star Wars, and it starts out with a ship being destroyed in hyperspace, so that there's chunks of the ship that have people still alive in them crashing into a planet at hyperspeed. They introduce you to like the kids and like on the ship and stuff before they do it.
Jesus Christ! It's like, hey, this one person, you're gonna start to.
Pretty much, like it's a dark one. I was like, ooh, Disney, pulling 8 punches.
I mean, Disney had to turn away the camera from Bambi.
I mean, they didn't have to.
They didn't have to. Yeah.
Nobody likes venison.
I'm a little hungry right now.
So we got here because apparently I look like a reject Fabio.
Yeah.
Let's actually break down what we're drinking today. Justin's doing.
What is it?
It is the Henry's blend by Seattle's
Best,
I think.
Seattle's Best.
Yeah, which is the one that's named after the cat that likes to lay next to the roaster for the coffee beans.
And I will say, and this is going to sound a little blasphemous for you, but Folgers always leaves that weird twingy taste in the background, and I always, cringe. This I can drink. Like, it's bad still, yes. But I can, I don't get that twingy aftertaste.
So one thing I can definitely say is that, yes, Folgers is a staple in my house. It's my regular go-to. It's cheap. It allows me to have a lot of coffee for a long period of time. But when Folgers starts to turn,
it's turning
bad.
Okay.
It's one of those things of you better use it before it goes bad, because once it starts to go bad, that coffee's done.
Yes, and it makes me wonder how you would feel with the ready makes. What do they call it? The instant coffee from a MRE, because they're either freeze dried or super dehydrated, and then when you rehydrate it, it apparently gives it a full
I'm willing to try it.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I've had fucking mushroom coffee on here, so...
yeah, you have. What was the other weird one?
I mean, I did the instant Folgers, and that tasted like fucking bouillon cubes.
Yeah. No, there
like
was one that you tried that was super weird. Kombucha?
No, I don't think I did kombucha. I do remember we did one that kind of had a fishy smell and taste to it.
Yeah, fishy.
It was kind of weird.
Oh, fish. Right on.
I like fish, too. But in my coffee, that's a bit odd.
Yeah.
So what made you decide, fuck it, I'm doing coffee today? I mean, we got sodas downstairs, we got water downstairs, we got tea downstairs.
Work's starting to get to me, man.
Got milk. You can just drink straight milk.
I'll drink straight milk. I will fuck my whole life up.
I'll drink straight milk, but I don't have a lactose problem. So to me, it's just a glass of milk.
So for those who don't know, I do. And I am at the point where I'm just fuck my whole life up, man. I'm tired of being tired, man.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that we can somehow get out of this rut. But luckily there are a few things that are tiding us through. You with Book of Boba Fett, me with Legend of Vox Machina. How are you liking Book of Boba Fett?
I'm loving it, and anyone that has anything negative to say is just a gatekeeping Phantom Menace.
And if you're a fan of Phantom Menace, even I don't like Phantom Menace.
No. I like Phantom Menace, first of all. But I said...
40 minutes on a goddamn pod racing scene.
I understand there's issues with the movie.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I like the movie.
Jar Jar.
But I said... I don't hate Jar Jar. To be fair, there is an age gap here.
There is.
It's like the people that were young when Return came out versus people that are old when Return came out. There's a divide on whether or not Ewoks are cute.
Okay.
And I think Jar Jar is kind of the same thing. But I didn't say Phantom Menace. I said Fandom Menace.
Oh.
Gatekeeping bastards.
Yes.
If you don't like something in Star Wars, that's perfectly fine. You're allowed to not like things. Don't be a dick about it.
I'm mad when they're considered alternate and not canon, but someone says, okay, well, then it just doesn't exist anymore.
That's what happens when a big corporation buys it. Let's see how long before that happens with something else.
But see, then you literally run one very strong character, one very good character out of all canon. And it makes me mad because it's my part of the childhood.
Question, do you think he was a clone or not in the second one?
Are we talking about the same person?
Yes.
I don't know. No, he couldn't have.
Because he's able to use the Force. That's the general belief, right?
It awoken in him. It was kind of like how Luke.
Wait, we're talking Starkiller, right?
No.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about 1985 Dark Forces, Kyle Katarn.
Oh, I have a theory that he's going to show up.
Don't.
I have a theory that he is eventually going to show up in canon Star Wars. I thought we were talking...
Starkiller / what the fuck is his
Force
name?
Unleashed was the
Yeah,
game. Starkiller. That's all I remember.
Yeah, same.
Do you think he was a clone or not? That was my question. And number 2.
Do
you believe the whole you died, you're a clone now thing?
I can see it. I can see it being a possibility, considering it would make sense that they were doing the experiments on something that could be force controlled. Yeah, I'll lean more toward yes than.
Okay, but back to the Kyle Katarn thing. Just fucking watch Book of Boba Fett. Watch Mandalorian.
If he's in it, I'm gonna.
He's not in it. I'm gonna straight up tell you he's not in it.
Okay.
But you know what we are seeing the beginnings of? Spoilers for Book of Boba Fett. And I'm a little sorry because it's only been out for a few hours. Spoilers for Book of Boba Fett. You know what we're seeing? We're seeing Luke build his fucking Jedi Academy.
Okay. Now that actually makes me wonder, are we like talking 1997, 1998 Jedi Academy 1 and 2 style of Jedi Academy?
It's the one that we briefly see.
Mild brainwashing?
No.
Okay.
It's the one that we briefly see in the third of the new ones. It's the beginnings of him setting up the Jedi Academy to start training Jedis.
Okay.
Where does Kyle Katarn come from? Luke Skywalker's Jedi Academy. Just saying, it could happen. We've seen them salvage other characters from the legends and bring them in and make them canon now. It's just, there's a lot of shit to sift through. And remember, this is going to be my continued defense. If we let legends be canon, we cannot have the new movies the way they are because Chewbacca's dead.
Oh, yeah, because he gets crushed by a planet.
Moon, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Splitting hairs, I know. I was just putting it out there because you know how Star Wars fans are.
Yeah.
The reason why we're talking
really
about
good.
Star Wars, though, is, yes, Book of Boba Fett's kind of been my thing recently.
Yes.
But the thing is it's one episode a week, so there's other shit. There's Peacemaker, there's Book of Boba Fett, Resident Alien's back for Season 2. That just started last week.
Oh, good. I've heard it's good.
It is good.
Yeah.
And it's still good with the new season so far. I mean, it's only one episode in, but I'm enjoying it.
Good.
I myself just basically wrapped up a rewatch of The Sopranos, and I'm starting The Wire for the first time. But you're watching something, and it's always interesting when you start something on your own because we can't get you to watch anything. It's not a lie.
No, it's not.
It's not me being rude. It's just the reality.
It's my ADHD.
Yeah.
Every time it procs, I'm like, oh, maybe I should do this. Right. And then it's usually Saki who's like, hey, we got this to watch, and you want to do it? Or it's me who's like, oh, it's Saturday, gotta watch Rampage. We always watch it a day later.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna Clockwork Orange you and just.
Oh no! You Clockwork Orange me, I guarantee you, I'm just gonna fizzle my own brain to the point where I'm gonna stop my heart. Trust me, I can figure out how to do that.
There's a new documentary about that called The Forbidden Orange or something like that.
Oh, I'm not gonna
HBO Max.
I'm good with the movie, thank you. Because I'm singing in the rain. I'm glad that got you the way it did.
I still can't believe that they allowed them to be in Space Jam, the new Legacy, but not fucking Pepe Le Pew.
I don't. I'm not gonna. Nope. Splitting hairs. Nope.
Splitting hairs, what they did is far worse than Pepe
I
Le Pew.
know, but can't. Nope. We're not bringing that up here.
All right. But the reason why we're talking about what I've been watching is because you have a review for us on 3 episodes of something new.
Yeah. Every week they're gonna be dropping 3 episodes. Let me bring it up.
Interesting way to do your release schedule.
Yeah. Apparently that seems to be the new thing for the animated stuff.
Peacemaker did the first 3 episodes, and then every week is just one episode.
Well, with Arcane, it was 3. It was all acts, each act. With Legend of Vox Machina, it's every 3 is going to be for the next 3 weeks, I think. But even still, first 3 episodes, fan-fucking-tastic. Gets you, if you have no clue about Critical Role's Campaign 1, or even the characters of, it kind of throws you in, but it does it comfortably. If you don't know the characters, you begin to get familiar with them. You immediately know that all of them are individualist assholes that are kind of tied together. They know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and they know how everyone's going to be fine with it. So, might as well get along.
So if they're doing 3-3-3...
I think 3-3-3-3.
Because it's 12 episodes.
Yeah, I think it's 12.
Wow, only 4 weeks of the show, and then you have to wait for the second season.
Yeah.
Which is also 12 episodes.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you've watched the 3 episodes. Having been a podcast listener, do you feel like anyone can jump into this series, or do you feel like it's built for people that listen to the podcast?
Either.
Okay.
Yeah. I will say having David Tennant as a voice, that I was, when I heard it at first, I was like, that sounds Scrooge McDucky.
Oh, Greg Griffin's in it too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They pulled a lot of cards out of their hat. Of course, all of the voice actors, of course, voice their own characters. So you'd be foolish not to do that.
No.
But then you second episode, not really a spoiler, but kind of funny. They have a character that has the same hairstyle as Matt Mercer, being a weapon checkman.
So is Matt doing the voicing for everything he's done on the podcast?
No,
Okay.
only like side characters that are like guard 1, guard 2, narrator, that kind of thing. He's sticking to being a DM. Okay. As for the voice of Gilmore, who you see on screen, who in his introductory and Gilmore's glorious something or others, oh no. In short, his shop looks amazing. Little tiny Easter eggs are filled in there. It was an actual treasure to behold. I like the fact that he, is openly gay and flirts with Vaxeldan as he enters. Uh-huh. It's like character development through what you can quickly understand. Oh, hey, it's you. I recognize you. You also enjoy my establishment. Well, okay, what are you looking for? Oh, you're looking for this? Well, for that small fee, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's the subtle flirtation that Gilmore has with Vax, and Vax, of course, goes, I don't know how to reciprocate, but at the same time, I don't know, because he's still trying to find himself also. Mm-hmm. I like that. That's the good shit. And then, of course, you have the subtle love interests that between the party members that you're kind of getting in the midst of in the first 3 episodes. Of course, those later on already know how it's gonna end out. But of course, with the recent book, the Tal'Dorei Reborn book, it actually goes into detail what happens after.
Nerds.
Spoilers for both the show and for the book. Apparently, Pike and Scanlan, they were married. They got divorced. They had a mutual agreement and was just like, I respect you and what you do, but there's no connection there. So they just split up naturally. And that was kind of like an interesting thing of the players outside felt like their characters were not mingling, so they decided that. And I was like, that's character development.
I don't think I've ever had a D&D session where there was actual character development. This is why we should all just play all out of bubblegum and just admit that, D&D campaigns, we can't handle them.
I'm kind of putting my players in that kind of situation, though, where you aren't going to give me anything, because I've got a couple players that do amnesia. Mm. So I'll fill in the gaps for you, fuckheads. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of All Out of Bubblegum?
I like kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
That's what it's based off of.
Okay.
So, it's a tabletop game. All Out of Bubblegum is an extremely short role-playing game that uses bubblegum as a pacing mechanic. Players start with 8 sticks and either have to roll greater than if the action falls in the kicking ass category, or equal to or under if it does not, the number of remaining sticks on a 1d10 to resolve an action. When you run out of bubblegum, it's over.
Oh.
But it's essentially about being, playing an 80s action movie.
That actually sounds kind of cool.
Yeah. Rowdy Piper, They Live is the concept. Which Lauren sent me that Rowdy Piper TikTok that is now no longer available, sadly. It was when he was on Bill Maher's show.
Oh, okay.
And Bill Maher calling out wrestling for being fake and how nobody ever has any bruises. And the person sitting next to him gets ready to say something, then she stops herself, and Rowdy gets pissed off, and he stands up, and he undoes his pants, and he drops them, and turns and shows his ass cheek with this huge bruise on it, and goes, tell me that's fake. Da, da, da. He starts talking about, and he's like shows how his wrist doesn't sit right, and he's like broken for 7 years, blah blah blah. He's like going on and on, and he goes, and say it to Owen Hart's widow, and like fucking throws it in Bill Maher's face, and he sits back down. He's putting his pants back on.
I've never liked Bill Maher.
And Bill Maher tries to make one more joke, and makes a comment about.
Rowdy's just.
He makes a comment about dropping his dropping your pants for another man, and Rowdy goes, "How'd you get the job then?" And I was just like, "Oh, holy shit!" And TikTok pulled it, but it was an amazing moment.
Like, Roddy Piper was a very interesting man. He still is.
Well, he passed away, but
yes, I mean, even post-mortem.
Yeah. Now, the whole reason I brought that up was because you're talking about like the character development through this D&D campaign, and I'm just like, I don't have that. I need shorter campaigns. So all out of bubblegum.
All about bubblegum. That does.
It's
sound
fun. Go check it out.
Yeah. Speaking of all out of things, are you all out of guns? Over here on Humble Bundle, the new Choice Bundle popped out, and it's Borderlands 3 with Director's Cut, which is, I believe, all the DLCs. I'm double check that right now.
I'm still disappointed that Borderlands 3 was not one of the psychos holding a third arm to have a third thing.
Yeah.
After 1 and then 2.
And then big old 3, yeah.
Could have had, a third arm that they took from someone. And just...
Yeah.
It would have been great.
Would have been good.
So this is the director's cut. So it comes with everything?
I don't know. Director Cut add-on gives an imposing raid, finally. That's kind of a meh, because we didn't have a raid, so I'm glad that they added a raid.
We had you floating through a city, skipping an entire mission.
It was a bug. It was a bug. But I guess not. I guess it's just regular Borderlands 3.
Huh.
Yeah, well. I mean, it's a great game. Very full, fleshed out thing. Plus, with the DLC, it says it also comes with a murder mystery, which I might go and check out. Paranormal mystery to solve. Yeah, gimme.
Oh.
Gimme.
Interesting.
Gimme mysteries. It comes also with Black Book, which looks like a very nice occult horror, which we're always down for. Per Aspera, which is a science fiction simulation game where you build on extra planets. Just Die Already, a killing yourself simulator. I wish I was joking. This is online, so you can hop online and just walk around the sandbox with your friends, and one person can get into a car, and the cars are hard to drive because you're old people. So,
interesting.
Yeah, and the goal is just to kill yourself with whatever's around. Before we leave, another simulation type game, which this one I don't know too much about, but it seems like it's just a regular city builder, but with early technology mixed in with future technology, because I guess there's space travel, but with rocks. I don't...
Well, here, look at the description, because I'm getting something else.
Help your peeps return to the surface and reclaim their place in the sun before we leave. A personality-filled city builder about forging a bright and positive future. In this hex-based strategy game, war against your neighbors is an option. The focus is on prosperity, advancement, and making the most of your world. Oh, and protecting your food supplies from hungry, space-faring whales now and then. That still didn't really give much. Space whales. We're whalers on the moon. We carry our food.
How do you feel about Hex versus Grid?
Neutral. Neutral to both. I prefer, of course, Grid because that's what I grew up with. Mm-hmm. But I've seen the pros for Hex-based because it allows for better engagement styles. But neutral. Yeah. Paradise Lost. This one I also don't know too much about. An atmospheric, narrative-driven game of desolation, isolation, and discovery. Set in an alternate version of Europe where World War II ended in nuclear annihilation, Paradise Lost casts you as a 12-year-old boy searching for answers about his mother, and ends up stumbling upon a secret about what happened to his world. Embark on this journey when you're in the mood for world building and a story. Oh. Everhood. If you like beat-style games with pretty okay narrative, I love this soundtrack. This soundtrack's got bangers.
Is that an evil ATM machine?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I
have no questions. I was just making sure.
Yeah, you were trying to withdraw money and it says, you ain't got no money. Time to beat you up. And it does it through music.
Huh.
Very good game. 96% positive on
The beats
Steam.
just keep coming.
Yeah, the beats just... Oh, yeah. And come in. Calico. Sox likes this game, if I recall. It's a very cutesy, little relaxy, stress-free...
Calico, like, as in the cat?
Yes.
Okay.
It's just...
It's a pissed-off-looking red panda.
A little bit, yeah. It's just supposed to... it's an unwinding style of game.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right. So all of this for...
12.
For 12.
Yes. And they added more to their Humble Games collection, which used to be called the Humble Trove, but they added Void Bastards and Forager in there in case you missed it back in, I think, like October, November. They added those two up there, so I would recommend grabbing this just so you get access to those games, because Forager is really fun and Void Bastards is stressfully fun.
I liked Void Bastards for a little bit, but it got tiresome pretty quick for me because I felt like you never really got to improve much, but things kept getting so much harder, and it became real difficult to do some of the final missions.
Yeah. I can see that. The other little bits of games is Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, the frustrating physics-based game where you control a man in a cauldron with a pick that's climbing up the mountain that has pissed off so many people in their time.
Interesting.
Yeah. But there's a whole bunch more on there. Yes. And speaking of games on Steam, who pressed mute on Uncle Marcus?
I came across this suddenly online, and I thought it was an interesting sounding concept, and I figured you would like it because of the FMV aspect.
I love FMVs.
And so we pulled it up, and it's like a murder mystery FMV through video chat.
Yeah, where the person basically says, I need you to solve a murder. And the person on the other side says, okay, the murder of who? And it goes back to the first gentleman, and he says, me. And that already interests me because is it something that was already pre-recorded and then played for this person? Or, is it one of those anticipation things? I'm already here. I love FMVs just because I grew up in Tex Murphy, and having him walk down the street in his digitized state, and cut over to a cutscene of him getting punched randomly by a shapeshifter who shapeshifts into him and steals his car. Or his hover car. I forget what the fuck they called him. But
Hovermobile? Flying car.
Yeah, it's a flying car. I don't know. But
Anti-roadster?
Sure. There was another game that had FMV that interested me a little bit ago, and it disappointed. I'm trying to recall. Please tell me there's an FMV, but yeah, there it is. Yeah, but give me that. Please tell me it's here. Late Shift. I was super interested because it was supposed to be a guy just going to go pick up someone, and then it devolves, and it was supposed to be like, is it going to be him finally taking a jump for once? Is it him finally going, I'm tired of doing this thing, I need to break away from it? No, it was campy, boring. The crazy decisions weren't even that crazy. Felt very stiff. It's for $13. For $5, sure.
I've seen it pop up on Xbox a lot.
Yeah, I mean it's a good waste of a half hour. That's what I will say.
Okay.
And I'm happy that Myst 3 is on there. It's on sale for $6 thanks to the Happy New Year sale.
Yeah, for Lunar New Year.
Yeah,
which was yesterday. Which, by the way, Happy Groundhog's Day.
Happy Groundhog's Day.
Which, by the way, Happy Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
Really? Nothing on that joke? Fuck you.
No. Hey, Happy Groundhog's Day.
No, the moment's passed. Yeah, so back to the first thing we were talking about, though.
Oh, yeah. The murder mystery.
So this one is just set for first quarter of this year, so sometime soon.
Hopefully, yeah.
It looks interesting. He's very well filmed. What I'm assuming is Uncle Marcus. I don't really like that one too much.
Mm-hmm.
That one's a little weird. That's the person I think you're playing as.
Yeah.
I feel like I went to high school with this guy.
Yeah. And then it's basically trying to, I guess, work together or work against them to try and
There's potential, I think.
Yeah.
They're telling you to wish list it now. I don't see any prices.
Oh.
So we'll see. It's for Windows, and I think you can do it on Mac as well.
Yeah.
Cool. What's next?
I like Rambo. You like Rambo?
I do. I
even
did
like-
not finish the newest one, but I like
Oh.
the old Rambos.
I liked Rambo 4, the one that's literally the last 20 minutes is just him screaming on a M249. Yeah.
I've got the box set for the original set before they did this newest one, which I'm fine leaving it that way because I could not get into the newest one.
That's a lot of caffeine.
So you're talking about Rambo, the 2008 one? It was just titled Rambo.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Okay.
The one where he's basically just a ferryman.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is because it's Rambo, then it's Rambo
First Blood.
First Blood Part 2.
Yes.
And then Rambo 3, and then Rambo, and then Rambo Last Blood.
Okay, then yes. It was a 2008 one. But as we speak about this, over on Far Cry 6, there's a free mission to basically play a mission not as Rambo, but in a style of Rambo, called Rambo All the Blood.
Did you know there was a Rambo animated series in 86?
No, but
They made-
that actually sounds kind of cool.
They made 65 episodes.
That's if it was once a week, that's almost 2 years, like a year and a half.
It just says it was from 1986 to 1986, but there were 65 episodes.
1986 to 1986. So that means it played all through.
Yeah, it looks like they were releasing episodes like every day. April 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th.
Oh my God.
Then September 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, September 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, like that.
Oh, okay, like a block
Yeah.
launch. Okay,
Neil Ross voiced Rambo for it.
I don't know who that is. I'm
Bone
afraid.
Crusher and the Transformers.
I would
Shipwreck
have-
and G.I. Joe.
Now that one I know.
More recently, he's the Codex narrator in the new Mass Effect.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it also had people like James Avery, Uncle Phil from.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, apparently that was a thing. I did not know that.
Huh. Good to know. Good to know. But yeah, Far Cry 6 gets a free mission, and from the trailer, it is very Rambo. You know, you're not hunting me, I'm hunting you, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
They're doing some really interesting DLCs for Far Cry 6 because they did like the villains set.
Yeah, and I mean, Rambo is also getting a lot of love considering Mortal Kombat, and then over on Paladins, he's a reskin for Victor.
Didn't he also hit fucking Fortnite?
I don't.
I think he did. I think he did.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Did he do Warzone? Oh no, that's Recreation. But
I'm pretty sure.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure that was legit, but I could be wrong. I'm gonna pull up the Wikipedia. The Wicca.
the wee.
Apparently, they're still planning on doing a reboot at some point of Rambo. I just don't know if it'll actually ever happen. So for the Rambo video games, there's Rambo First Blood Part 2, Rambo 3, Rambo 3 again for some reason, Rambo, and then Rambo the video game because apparently we have to do it that many. But the last one apparently was 2014. They made a Rambo video game. 360, PlayStation 3, Microsoft Windows.
I think that's the rail shooter that did not do well.
Trying to see other media. Here we go. Novelizations, comic books, video games.
Let me go ahead and do
Okay, that wasn't help. Bollywood, they apparently remade it.
I mean, okay. Have fun with that, man.
Mortal Kombat 11, and then you were right, I was wrong. Call of Duty, Warzone, Black Ops, Cold War, and the Call of Duty Mobile.
Yeah. Oh, did it say Paladins on there?
No.
Oh, well, it's in Paladins, too, because I'm looking at the trailer right this second. You look so cheesy.
He does. I know, this isn't listed. They've got Fight Club with a K, Family Guy, The Quest for Stuff, Broforce, a side-scrolling running gun platform.
That one, yeah.
Mortal Kombat 11, and then the Call of Duties.
Okay. Well, this one just did come out.
Yeah, because this doesn't have the Far Cry thing either.
Okay. So yeah, it's probably got someone to update it somewhen. Oh. Boop.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
so,
you have fun. You have fun. I know you want to have fun with this.
I've been looking forward to this game, and they delayed it. And then I was like, still looking forward to it. And I was like, I don't understand why the fuck Rocksteady delayed Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, because they've had how many fucking years since Batman came out to work on this fucking game, and they keep fucking teasing that they're working on something, and then they sit there and repeatedly miss E3s that they're scheduled for, and then they just pull out of E3 completely, and then they finally have the fucking balls to tell us about the game a year and some change before it's supposed to come out, and as we're getting closer to that release date, they fucking push it again, and now here we are. It's supposed to come out this year. And what the fuck am I here to report? I'm here to report the fact that they've pushed the goddamn game to 2023.
Holy shit, you are mad.
At this point, I don't even want the game anymore.
I mean,
I'll probably eventually get it. Someone will buy it for me or something. But I'm not pre-ordering. I'm not.
what if they make it the comparable $40?
Maybe, but there's no fucking way. This is gonna be a AAA title. I bet you anything it's 60 on Xbox, 70 on fucking PlayStation.
Okay.
The report originally came from Bloomberg that has been pushed back a year. However, they have not pushed back other Warner Brothers games like the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, luckily, because that's only like 60-something days away at this point, or Hogwarts Legacy. Suicide Squad was officially first announced in 2020. Yeah.
2020
was when they first announced it. They announced it in 2020 that it was going to come out late 2021, and then in 2021 they said it was going to come out early 2022, and now early 2022 they're telling us 2023.
Delicious. It tastes real good on the tongue.
So with it coming out, if it does actually come out in 2023, it'll be 8 years since Rocksteady has released a fucking game.
This one better be fucking good then.
Yeah, because the last thing that they did was Arkham Knight in 2015, which launched broken also.
Yeah. Delicious.
And there's no real quote here or anything. Bloomberg's the one that had initially reported on it.
Right.
And I'm trying to see if there was something
anyone had mentioned.
So it says that they have quietly delayed the video game, according to people who are familiar with with its development. Thank you, Bloomberg.
Ooh, they use the word quietly.
Yeah, so they're not even coming out and announcing it to fans. They're just fucking pushing it and hoping
saying,
no one notices.
If you want to tell people, go ahead and tell people. That coffee tastes good. Much better than that news.
I wonder if this has anything to do with the stupid fucking merger of AT&T and Discovery.
I didn't even know that. I forgot that was a thing.
AT&T owns Warner Brothers, and now they're buying and merging with Discovery, so it's going to become Warner Brothers Discovery.
That sounds dumb.
A little bit. The font also looks stupid. It's like old 90s big gold letter font.
Like,
I closed my other news article.
Oh, I was about to say, like that old Touchstone imagery.
Nah, exactly like that. It's like what the old Warner Brothers like low budget VHS tapes were.
Okay. No. Okay. Well, okay. Let's put it like this then. Let's not look toward the future. Let's go back to the past. You had a PlayStation 1. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I had my grandfather's. I never owned my own.
Okay. Ew.
Yeah. I had a PlayStation 2.
Okay. Well, let's go back a little further. Let's go back to PlayStation 1. You play anything you liked on it?
Tekken.
Okay.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
Sorcerer's Stone.
Ooh. Now, would you play Bloodborne on it?
I mean, I don't know why, but I mean, I feel like the graphics, or at least the frames per second, would be the same.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it runs at 30. PlayStation was locked at 30.
So, what is current Bloodborne running on before the patch?
Wait, current?
Yeah.
50.
Okay, so you lose 20 frames per second?
You lose 20 frames per second, but you probably gain a little bit better maneuverability. So
This looks surprisingly good.
it does. It's Nightmare Creatures-esque. Like, I really love Nightmare Creatures on the PlayStation 1. So a set of I'll call it what it is, a set of indie developers kind of demaked Bloodborne and put it down to a 3x4 CRT, scratchy TV, 32 to 64-bit game. And it looks good. I'm going to probably grab this probably during the weekend. If I have the time, I'll see if I can stream it. I don't know if they allow for stream.
Why is it so many people do these crazy fucking mods with Bloodborne? It's not crazy like when people go through and give you, the Hulk in San Andreas, or when people give you SpongeBob in GTA 5 or anything like that. I'm going to make it run the frames per second it's supposed to. I'm going to go through and rebuild the whole fucking game as if it was a PlayStation game. Why is it that shit that why is the Bloodborne fandom like this? Like, why is this what they do?
I really wish I could give you any form of insight for it.
It's because they all can't beat the game, so they have to do something else with it.
No, hold on. I will actually admit, as far
I
as
can't beat the game either. I'm not shit talking.
I mean, as far as a FromSoft game, Bloodborne's actually not that bad. As far as a FromSoft game, Dark Souls 2 is just hard to be fucking hard, but it's beatable. I've beaten it. I've beaten all of the Souls games. 3 is difficult. I did run into my hard patches against the brothers, the dancer, here's and there's, until I finally figured out what the fuck I needed to do. But Bloodborne, I feel like I had not a lot of hard times with. It was loading times I had a lot of hard times with.
I insisted that I would kill the werewolf at the beginning.
Okay.
That took me forever because
Kept you starting.
Yeah, you start with nothing.
Yeah, you start with your fist.
And so it was a pain in the ass, but I finally got it. And I go out into the regular world, and I'm like killing a few things there, and then discovering what you kill just fucking comes back. So I will walk down an alleyway and be like, oh, that's not what I wanted, and I'll turn around and walk back, and oh, look, I'm getting fucking ass right by the things I just killed.
Yeah.
And that got frustrating. I never actually finished the game.
Okay. I mean, it's a very, it is, of course, story driven to the point where even if you go back to the dream consistently, the more you go back to the dream, the more things change. So going back to your safe place may not be a smart idea. And I enjoy that kind of premise. Yeah. I enjoy that there's no safety in your safety.
At the same time, though, I like to feel like I've achieved something in a game.
Well, I mean, of course you're going to get that with, the bosses. The bosses, of course, never return. So you do the area up until the boss, get the boss. You don't barely need to go back through that area. And then you go into the next, so on. But I get your point. You don't like the as soon as I get off from my lantern, they're all still there waiting.
Yeah. Give me a breather.
Fair enough. This is oh doggy.
So you're gonna go through and try to do it?
I'll probably dabble. I'm probably not gonna go too hard on it. I'm still working on my Destiny 2 bounty prep for Witch Queen, which I forgot to bring up that trailer.
What, Witch Queen?
There's a new one
to show us that she's still a bitch.
Yes, but it's
the alien baby grenade launcher.
Yeah, it actually gives us a little more, and it gives us a couple more weapons. So with this, it's now weapon crafting. It actually showcases what we can do. So with the weapon, it actually allows us to put what perks we want on the weapons. So that way we're not sitting there being like, well, I didn't get the roll I wanted. I have to keep grinding for it. Now they're being a little more forward and saying you could just put what you want on.
They're tired of the mess that is everyone's vault.
I plead the fifth. So they're showcasing the worm launcher that we saw the last trailer. The Osteostriga, which is like a homing gun. As soon as you get a few shots off, it homes toward the things. Right there, that little tiny tidbit of that hunter doing that pose. It seems that there is a a hive-like ghost inside of their hands that they are crushing. So it is going to be, you have to, in order to kill the hive-taking guardians, you are going to need to take care of their ghosts first.
I wonder if that's going to be an all-the-time play thing, or if this is going to be some kind of.
I would assume
special...
it's just in. I would assume it's just in Savathun's world.
I was gonna say if it's a special game mode.
Yeah.
You know what it kind of feels like? Claim the dog tags from Call of Duty. Kill confirmed.
Kill confirmed. Yes. Every single class gets their own version of the glaive, which I'm kind of excited for because the Warlock glaive actually looks kind of cool. I think it's number 2, which is the Edge of Intent, which deploys a healing turret, which my build is all around healing. I literally have the boots of the assembler. All I do is put down my rift. If I can have that glaive on the back end with the fuck is it called? The gun I keep using.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't either. Lumina! Haha, I remember.
It's Lumina, by the way.
Oh, it's Lumina.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you. And they're reworking stasis a little bit with better snap, cold snap.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and then the Blight Ranger has better reflected projectile. And I'm like, okay, cool, you're bringing back hunters.
I'm not liking the cosmetics.
I kind of like them, like that right there.
No, that was okay. I think it would look better without the top part of it.
I like flashy little bits, but I saw a couple little tidbits in not this trailer, but the last trailer. I can foresee me getting some real time in on Witch Queen. Am I going to be a part of the world's first raid set? No, probably not. God, no. Those who want to run into this raid blind and go through it, I wish you luck and I wish you well. But I don't have the patience, I don't think. Because I have now completed all of the raids except for Garden of Salvation. And learning the raids boggles my fucking mind to those who found out about all that shit. To ones who figured it out. To ones who said, oh, yeah, you have to do this with this with this. And it's easier if you use these things. And I'm like, oh,
excuse me.
Who the fuck found this shit out? Like, Vault of Glass? Fucking easy compared to all the other ones, in my opinion.
My assumption is that the people that have figured this stuff out, this is what they do. Like, this is their Friday night. This is their Saturday night. This is their Sunday night. Like, this is their true passion and fun. And that's fucking great.
Yeah.
I'm glad you fucking found something like this. That's hard for some people.
Yes.
But if you aren't out there streaming it or podcasting or fucking blogging, it's still a thing. Fuck it. If you aren't out there doing something with that knowledge like that, if all you're doing is throwing it up on a fucking wiki and calling it a day, you could be doing so much more for yourself. You've got coveted knowledge right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm following a couple Destiny streamers and
Stalker.
I mean, yeah, I am. Wicket, Clyde, they're all going to be there day one. They're going to do their best to be the first one to figure it out. And I mean, there's a statistic that, you know, it kind of like a world championship kind of feel, you know, that you were going to be immortalized for being the one who was the first to get through this raid.
Yeah.
And I'm excited, but that's not going to be released until March 5th. So we have 20 days to prep for Witch Queen, and then you have a 2-week span before the raid drops.
I think all I have to do is
raid prep bounty prep.
Well, yeah, there's all that shit, but I think all I have left to do when it comes to vaulting is finish my compass, which is almost done.
Okay. Oh, and get you a couple rolls for Dead Man's Tale, because that's going to be disappearing.
I mean, we can do it. I'm not going to use it, but we can do it.
Really?
I stick to my set. I like what I have. I'll try the new weapons out. I'll try Dead Man's Tale, but what'll probably happen is I'll probably go, that's kind of a cool gun, and then I'm just going to switch right back to my old set.
Okay.
Doesn't mean I don't want to get it. It just means it's just the reality is I'm probably not going to use it.
That's fair enough.
So if I don't get it and I have to wait for it to show up at Xur, then I have to wait for it to show up at Xur.
Okay. I mean, it's going to be costly is all I'm kind of implying, because it's going to be an exotic cipher from Xur. It's going to be an Ascendant Shard, 125,000 Glimmer, and I think 100 Legendary Shards.
So the only thing would be the fact that my Glimmer would pretty much be the thing holding me out right now.
Okay. You got a couple Ascendant shards chilling out?
Yeah, I've got like 4?
Yeah. How's your gear looking?
3.
Even still.
Everything's masterworked.
Okay.
All my shit's masterworked.
Okay. Just long as you have that in your line.
Yeah.
That you have a full set of masterwork stuff, and you are set to go into Witch Queen at least with that. Bounty prep is. Oh, you're looking at that. Oh.
So bounty prep. Go ahead and talk about it. I'm gonna pull my. They just had to throw that trash right in my face. We'll talk about it in a minute.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. I mean, literally, we're about to 2 more things. But yeah, bounty prep. You just have to take. So for those who are listening who want to do bounty prep, there are 2 that you go for. Any dailies that have XP plus or XP plus plus, grab those. Finish them. Do not turn them in. Hold on to them. As soon as Witch Queen happens, that's when you turn them in. You get all your bonuses, your buffs. You're well rested because it's going to be the new week. Boom! Immediately get you at least to rank 10, 12, 15. Depends on how many you're grabbing. Make sure you're grabbing them from Shaw. Make sure you're grabbing them from Han. I forget the guy's name on EDZ. Han.
It's spelled the same way as Han Solo, so I'm going to go with Han.
Yeah.
So I think this is the only one that's... I don't think that's master worked.
Yeah.
But that's because I just recently had to switch that after the fuck up. But masterwork.
That works.
And then...
Yeah, those are all. Yeah, those are easy to masterwork.
And then...
Good stuff.
So you were asking how many I had. I had 3.
Okay. So you could masterwork that Celestial.
And I have 62 enhancement cores.
That's fine.
And I have legendary shards. Is the other question?
Yeah. That'll be with your right next to your glimmer. Right up there. Hit Guardian and then up at the top.
Oh, 905.
905?
And 136,635 glimmer.
Yeah. And don't forget to pick up your Bright Dust for the week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 700 free Bright Dust every single week up until Witch Queen. So you still have 2 more weeks to pick up free Bright... 3 more weeks. 3 more weeks to pick up Bright Dust. I'm sitting here like 1, 3, 5. Right. We have...
Yeah, so if I don't worry about triumphs, then I think it's literally just finishing off the compass, doing one more thing for the servitor. And I haven't done shit for the hammer, but whatever.
Yeah, you don't need to. I already kind of gave you the okay that just as long as you have access to it and you pick up the 4 mods, because those are going to be disappearing. I don't know where the fuck those are going to be tipping off to. But here's the cool thing.
Based off of that new weapon customization, it's probably has something to do with that.
I would hope so because the mods are going to be they're armor pieces, so I don't know.
Apparently, I'm sitting on a bunch of bounties.
They're all expired, so as soon as you log in, they're going to drop. But finish them. Do not release them. Do not finalize them. Let them sit there. Like, I wonder, do I have...
That's what I'm sitting on for quests, so... And most of those are legendary weapons I just need to do a run on.
Exotic. There's...
Or exotic weapons, I mean.
Yeah. So, yeah, I agree. They're going to be easy. Where is my...
I guess the only other thing would be going through and hitting any dungeons or whatnot that will be disappearing that I haven't done.
I think the only dungeon that is disappearing, is Pit of Heresy. But that requires Shadowkeep, which we do not have.
Oh, we can get Shadowkeep.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with that. I've only ran it once. I don't really care. I didn't care for it. There's a couple good guns out of it, but you can get better elsewhere.
Like I said, it's going to come down to triumphs. I'm seeing it 23 and 91 for Dreaming City. I'm seeing it 19 and 34 for Tangled Shore. But I know for a fact, because I've looked at them, the majority of the ones that aren't done for those is doing things like the Lost Sectors, but on like the Master difficulty or whatever, which is a random pull.
Well, it's a cycle.
Yeah, so it's like, I unless I track it, I'm not going to be able to finish them before they go away, and I don't know that I necessarily care that much.
Yeah, for the Moon ones, not really. I mean, I did my one for the...
Wait, the Moon's going away?
Yes.
Then that means all Shadowkeep's leaving. I thought it was just Forsaken.
Is it first? It is for a second. Never mind. The moon's staying.
Okay, yeah. You said moon. I was like,
no,
hold on.
you're right.
Tangled Shore and Dreaming City.
You're right. You are right. No.
It's like, fuck, I have a lot to do.
No, Dreaming City is staying. Tangled Shore is disappearing.
I thought Dreaming City was leaving.
No, that just got here.
Okay. I miss Mars.
Yeah.
I kind of miss Titan.
Europa was the last place that got added. It was Tangled Shore, Moon, Dreaming City, Europa. Each one removing a prior to that engagement.
And so we're losing Tangled Shore because we're getting...
Tangled Shore and Helm.
Savathun. Fuck the Helm.
Yeah,
it was stupid to make a second tower.
You
got rid of the farm for that exact reason, and then you bring in the fucking Helm?
The Helm was supposed to be a pretty cool place for attachment to... the fuck was it? The Servitor, Mithrax. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you could have put him in like the darkest corner of the tower. I wouldn't have given a shit.
Yeah,
I mean, you got the Drifter there. Come on.
I mean, that's what they should fucking do anyways. They should just move them to a dark fucking corner.
Well, I don't. What are they gonna do with those? I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure they're gonna make those mods available.
They're probably gonna kill off Spider.
Spider's just gonna close off because they don't. I don't think they're gonna kill him off. Petra would have killed him already.
I'm gonna be upset if they do. Like, I actually like Spider.
Spider's a cool guy. Like, I'll admit he's an asshole, but he's an asshole who sees the profitability in Glimmer.
He's one of those ones that's upfront about what he is.
Yeah,
you know.
He's like, I could sell you out to the highest bidder, but you would make me more money doing this job right here. Fine, go do that. Call this a business agreement, but as soon as I'm done helping you, you could help me, but we're just going to leave it at that. Meanwhile, over on Europa, you got fucking Bray, who's like, hey, that experiment that I fucked up on, can you help out with that? And then you get the sword lament out of it, and he's like, okay, well, consider that payment, bye. I'm like, you're an asshole.
Just leave me high and dry.
Yeah, it's like, it's not the first time we fixed your fuck up spray.
I don't like the vaulting things. I understand that they have to free up the servers, but they 100% should at least put the missions available as a single run option. You have to get rid of the planet because you can't run the server. That's fine.
But leave the maps?
Leave like the missions that are doable. Put them in the fucking... like, you know how you
Legends?
got that? Yeah. Like how you got that terminal just to the left of the post office at the tower.
The quest log, yeah.
Yeah, just fucking throw them in there. Mm. And then it could be like, oh, hey, you know what? You know which one I really miss running? And then you just pop it up and you fucking go and you run it.
I mean, that'd be great.
Make it drop fucking, blues. They're getting rid of blues.
They're going to limit it. It's going to basically be up until 1350, you're going to be getting blues, and then once you're past that light level naturally, not with whatever the artifact's going to do. Apparently, you're going to be able to earn all the artifact pieces, which that makes me so fucking happy. But as soon as you reach 1350 naturally, then it's going to decrease from the world drops. You're still going to get them, just at a decreased amount.
Okay, but that's what they could make it drop blues. It doesn't have to drop good equipment. I'm saying, if people liked a mission,
keep it.
They should be allowed to play that mission.
Like, I would love to keep...
We bought the fucking thing.
Right. Like, I would love to keep running... Like, I liked Presage. Presage is actually a really fun thing. It's like a mini dungeon. Like, I can ace it in 15 minutes. No problem. It even has some really good lore, because it actually explains how the Hive and the Scorn kind of have this battle of wits on a Cabal warship, and the Cabal are kind of like Cadal, I believe it is like, I don't know why we continue to fight like this when they do worse. Mm-hmm. But, you guys already said your piece. And Osiris is actually in the background of it. And I believe this is post-Savathun taking over his mind. So he, of course, does some pretty weird shit for even Osiris. Hopefully we get Osiris back. Hopefully at the start of Witch Queen we get Osiris back.
We've been kind of getting this weird thing where Crow's a little too much like his past self. When it shouldn't be possible.
No.
And, like, for instance, if you run some of the compass shit, he's throwing a fit after one of the fucking defenses or whatever.
Because he's not being able to go talk to Savathun.
And someone points out, his sister points out, like, there's a lot of my brother in this. And it's kind of a scary thing, because it's like, who else is hiding that they're actually more their original selves than they are their reborn selves?
And then you look over at those who can't really, who haven't died but have done a lot of fucked up shit. I'm looking at you, Zavala.
I mean, he's still a reborn.
He's a reborn, yes, but at the same time, he's done some pretty questionable shit. Comparative.
I don't like that he's kind of decided he's the leader.
Yeah.
We no longer have the three. We have
1.5, because even Ikora kind of took a step back after you're done with all the main missions. She still kind of has a conversation with Elizabeth. Sorry, the Exo Stranger. They kind of have like conversation bits here and there, but there's nothing. There's not a lot.
Yeah.
And I really wish there was more interactivity with them, especially with Ikora. Like, sure, you go over to Zavala, get your strike bounties. Cool. I wish there was more with Ikora.
Like, yeah, at least give Ikora something.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's just, a couple of bullshit bounties.
And
just give her a purpose for existing.
And speaking of purpose for existing, we still haven't got our Vanguard of the Hunter. So, who's going to be taking over for Cade?
Swear to God, if it's Crow.
They're aiming it for it to be, because
That'll piss me off.
that will kind of tick me off.
I haven't seen him do shit since he fucking became a Guardian.
Well, he's been handling whatever Ikora's been giving him, so it's behind the scenes stuff. But I concur with you.
All he does is lean against the wall and bitch about how he doesn't have anything to give you at the fucking helm.
Yeah, yeah. A few more Chasing the Stars, and you'll get a scene with him, and I think you might actually like that one.
Okay.
Not in a I respect you now kind of way, but in a I understand why you're a little angsty.
Yeah, I understand why he's angsty. It's not even the angst that bothers me. It's kind of just his character in general bothers me. He wants to talk a big game about how he's not the person that killed Cade,
But
and how he wants everyone to leave him alone about that.
He
but
is
then
the
at
one
the same
who-
time sits there and pulls at shit about his past.
At the Prison of Elders, he is the one who released everybody. He is the one who caused that issue.
But it wasn't him. It was pre-rebirth him. It was when he was Osiris. This is supposed to be a new personality.
That was the Tentally monster. Yeah, I know. It was
is-
the one who mind controlled
Yeah,
him.
this is supposed to be a new personality and whatnot because we kill that version.
Yes.
And then he gets brought to life by a ghost and it's supposed to be a new version. And so he's like, that's not me, yada, yada. But then at the same time spends half his time bitching about his past and like wanting to know more about his past and whatnot. And it's like, so are we not supposed to hold you accountable or are we supposed to hold you accountable, motherfucker?
Fuck. Then we need to get you into Hawkmoon because in Harbinger, that quest to get Hawkmoon to finalize it, Glint talks a lot.
I like Glint.
Glint talks a lot about Olrin before he changes into Crow because he no longer wants to be called Olrin. He no longer wants to be called Asav because he's like, I'm no longer a prince. I'm no longer anything.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm walking corpse.
Yeah, that's why.
at least with my hair trigger.
yeah, pretty much.
I'd hate to have to kill him because it means I'm going to kill Glint. Or Glint can choose to not revive him.
I mean,
if you listen to if you read some of the letters from ghosts and, from other ghosts and whatnot, there's a ghost that straight up talks about refusing to revive their guardian anymore because they didn't like the path they were going down. So when their guardian dies, they go, that's it, and they don't revive them.
That's fine and fair. I mean, ours when we're picking up stasis is like I don't like that we're having to take this, but I understand why. Yeah. What if there was a guardian like someone? I know that it's all pre-recorded kind of stuff, but what if one took stasis into themselves and decided to do all the dark shit that like Varix was afraid, that Zavala was afraid would happen? Because taking in the darkness, taking in stasis into your body is not healthy. But to our guardians, we're cool. But what if there was one that did not?
I'm sure there was, because if you listen to, what's her name, the one that does the holiday events?
Eva.
She talks about how she didn't think she'd live to see the darkness again.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's more there. Let's jump to the second one since we're on the subject, and then we'll
Fair enough.
back up. The big elephant in the room you guys knew we were going to talk about is that PlayStation bought Bungie.
I saw a TikTok of Sony being like, haha, we got Halo now. And then a woman wearing all green goes, I don't think you bought Halo. Haha, yes, we did. We got Bungie. And then the woman says, they sold Halo about 10 and some years ago. And then the PlayStation goes, haha, what?
One of the things I really loved was pointing out the fact that the price tag that they bought this with, the $7 billion that they spent to buy Bungie.
3.6?
No,
It was not no 7.
it was a lot. Just quick Google it.
How much did Sony buy Bungie? 3.6.
3.6. Then how much was spent on Activision, Blizzard, and all that?
Did Microsoft buy Activision for? 68.7.
Okay, so I guess that's what I was thinking of. There was something that. How much did they spend for Bethesda? Maybe that's what it was.
For Bethesda? Oh man, that was a pretty penny. 30? No,
7.5. That's where the 7 was coming to my fucking head.
Okay.
So okay, they bought Bungie for half of what they spent on Bethesda, but when they bought Bethesda, they bought ZeniMax.
At its biggest and best, because Dishonored, Fallout,
Wolfenstein,
Doom,
Prey,
Prey,
the soon-to-be Starfield, Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls. Yeah, shit. Well, if Todd Coward decides to finally release a trailer for that, that's you. To you, that's your Suicide Squad game.
To be fair, he never gave it a date. He just said it was coming, like the dragons in Games of Thrones.
I don't care.
And at least with Games of Thrones,
I didn't kill my wife.
I don't care. At least with the Game of Thrones analogy, Todd Howard's not showing you a bunch of wieners in the process.
That both makes me happy, but really sad.
No, so my whole thing with the Suicide Squad thing is they never should have given us a fucking date.
No, they shouldn't have.
And at least Bethesda's released other games.
Yes.
Showing that they've been working on something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 7.5, they bought
Bethesda.
a whole bunch of games.
Oh,
they bought 2 studios in a sense.
More.
At least 2 big ones that we can name.
2 big ones, yes.
A crap engine and then a good engine because of id Software.
And whatever the fuck Dishonored runs off of.
I think it's id.
Really?
There's no way it's creation. Unreal.
Okay.
It's a good engine, but
It's
they don't own that. So.
No, but they're allowed to use it. But
I like Unreal 5. Unreal 5 is pretty.
It is very pretty. There was a tech demo of a beast of a PC playing Genshin Impact on Unreal 5. They took the benchmarks. The CPU hit 167 degrees Celsius.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Not Fahrenheit, Celsius.
Do me a favor real quick. Pull what engine did Arkham Knight run on? Because I'm curious if that was the problem.
Arkham.
No, it's okay.
Oh, okay.
It's Mark Hamill, just spelled different.
Yeah, okay.
Arkham Asylum.
Arkham Asylum?
Arkham Asylum. No, I'm saying Arkham Asylum is... Arkham Asylum can spell Mark Hamill.
Really?
It's funny.
Oh. Unreal.
Okay, so Unreal 3.
Yeah.
When did 4 come out?
When did Unreal Engine 4 come out?
Yeah, because I'm curious if this was the problem.
Oh, fuck. No. I'll just do this. When did Unreal...
Okay, so Unreal Engine 4 had already been out by the time Arkham Knight was released.
But it couldn't have been utilized proper, I think.
True.
It would have probably pushed back the development.
So I'm wondering if that could have been, if pushing back the development, not saying that they should have, because reality is the game is what it is. And there's only one thing that I think pushing back the engine would have fixed, and this is what I'm curious about. Do you think if they had built it on 4, it would have actually worked on fucking PC? Arkham Knight didn't work on PC.
I know. I recall. It's the same thing that Assassin's Creed Unity had.
Okay.
Where at launch, the fucking floating eyeballs.
What engine was Assassin's Creed Unity?
Let's find out.
It's gonna fucking turn out to be Unreal 3, isn't it? The games were just too big for the fucking engine, weren't they? Because Unreal was a good engine.
Unity.
No. Okay.
Oh, Anvil. That's right. Anvil was not necessarily a mess. It's just not. It's very plonked down the textures.
Gotcha.
It's very easy to use, but very easy to mess up.
If we're gonna talk mess engines, it's Creation Engine.
Huh? This?
No, I said if we're gonna talk mess engines, it's Creation Engine.
Creation Engine.
But
all day.
The whole point that I was making with where we were at with Destiny and Sony, where I branched off from that was they paid half of what Microsoft paid for a massive studio with massive amounts of properties to get one studio.
Yes.
With other properties, sure, but really they have one property.
One property right now.
A property that runs pretty much against everything Sony stands for, with it being cross-platform and allowing friends to play with each other. At this point
That we know of, yes. I don't know if it's going to be Sony in the near future. Sony might be having some wake-up call with their mild stock drop. They might have been like, we have to make some big decisions. Time to be the bigger man.
We're only a year removed from the infighting at Sony over whether or not the PlayStation 5 should be allowed to play with the PlayStation 4.
You are correct. You are correct.
That's my whole point on that. Like, fuck the not wanting to be able to play with a competition. We'll put that to the side. They didn't want people to be able to play with their friends that couldn't afford new consoles, even though it was still their shit.
Yes, I will concede that fact.
Not saying Destiny isn't worth the price tag. I'm just saying,
now.
Huh?
It's free now.
That too. It makes its money.
It does. Between their really nice cosmetics and the add-ons.
I just don't know what Sony was thinking, because now they're talking about how they're gonna really help this IP grow, and they've got their eyes on the Destiny movie that keeps not happening, and it's like, but you own a production company. You could have just gone to Bungie at any point. You didn't have to buy them to do that.
You know what just kind of ticked a little switch on the back of my mind? The same animation studio that is working on Enter the Spider-Verse could do this.
I think they want live action.
No.
I think they want live action.
Respectfully, no.
Remember, the original trailer for Destiny was live action, and it was actually a good trailer.
I know.
Gave me unrealistic ideas about the music in the game.
Yes, but I think that you could do, of course, way better with the animation. Way fucking better. Especially if you're going to be going back and doing just the lore dump. Like, what are you going to do? A original IP style thing where it's going to be, while this is going on.
I figure it's going to be all prequel to the first Destiny game.
So, pre-Red War? Yeah, no, that's going to be boring as shit. As a traveler's creation? No, that's...
I feel like it's going to be the traveler arriving at Earth and us discovering ghosts and shit like that.
And dragging our balls through glass for a half hour. No, it's going to be a bit lazy and boring unless they're going to talk about, like, the creation of Hive and the creation of Taken.
Studio made the WoW movie?
I think that was in-house. Well, let's find out. Oh, no, it was Warner Brothers, I believe.
Was it?
What movie studio worked on World of Warcraft? Universal.
Wow, okay, that's kind of scary. Because Universal does some great shit. It was through Legendary Pictures, Blizzard Entertainment, Atlas Entertainment, Tencent Pictures. Okay. I feel like if we get a Destiny movie, it's going to be just a repeat of what happened with the WoW movie. We're not going to really touch on the actual shit that you guys want us to touch on. We're just going to kind of touch on some...
Well, the prequel shit that was, I guess, in Warcraft 1 and 2, the old standby games, and not bring in, like, characters you know. Yeah, yes. I pray they do. I mean, if they do something like that for Destiny, I don't think I would have too much of a problem with that.
I don't see them stopping Destiny from being a thing.
Okay.
Where I do see the issue with Sony's ownership of Bungie is I see them either saying, no, we do want a Destiny 3 we don't want this DLC thing. We want a Destiny 3.
They're not gonna do it.
I know you're saying no because the head's at Bungie, but you got to understand, now they have bosses. They're no longer in control. They have bosses now.
Right, but everyone can quit.
And they'll hire new people.
That's fine.
They own the IP.
That's fine.
But I'm not saying that there isn't an option for these people to not do it. I'm saying that Sony, this is where I could see things going bad.
Okay.
This is how I see Sony ruining it.
Of course.
They could do this exact thing.
They could.
And that would ruin it.
Right.
Because, first of all, it breaks a promise to the fans, which is something PlayStation has zero problems doing. And secondly, it's going to cause new blood to come in that could potentially ruin it. But the other thing that I see happening is exclusivities to PlayStation. And not just, they get a cool blue cosmetic that looks like the PlayStation color. I'm seeing full-blown PlayStation gets this gun. PlayStation gets this armor. PlayStation gets this Sparrow. PlayStation gets this ship.
Until I see it, I'm going to reserve my hope. But you are correct.
And the example I want to use for where we're already seeing it, Marvel's Avengers.
Oh, with Spider-Man.
With Spider-Man.
Yeah, okay.
And that's not even something they own.
No, but they are dickish with it. You are correct. I
Like, they don't own the Avengers game, but they own Spider-Man, so they pull that bullshit.
yeah.
They pulled the same shit with Mortal Kombat games. You could only get Kratos if you played on Xbox. Not Xbox, PlayStation. And just like with Xbox, you can only get Master Chief if you play it on Xbox.
And with GameCube, you get Yoda, I think? No, you get Link.
That was StarCraft. Or not StarCraft.
Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur. Thank you. I was close on the letters. It was the letters that got me.
But okay, you wanna know my in with this movie potentially working.
Make it all about Cade.
Shit, never mind. There's two things. But no. So let's take it straight from the Red War. Mm-hmm. When humanity is at its fucking worst. Let's take it from there. Take it from there. Give us a rundown of every major instance. It's going to be a long fucking movie.
Should just do it as a show.
I would say do it as a show too.
But do they own a streaming service?
I think they do, but it's through PlayStation. I don't think they have anything like any major shows that we would be interested in.
I don't think they have like a true streaming service. So they'd have to cross a deal with. They'd
something.
Probably go with Amazon.
I mean, probably. I mean, yeah, Bungie's already doing a major handshake with Twitch Prime, so why not? Because that's lasting until January of next year. But so every major instance.
Yep.
The creation of Hive, the creation of Taken, the Cabal following the Red War after, Cadle takes over. I want the reprisal of the Zavala not taking a bow to Cadle, because that's a great fucking scene. I want anyone who wants to get into Destiny lore, go look up the negotiations between Cadle and Zavala. That scene's just big. It's the only reason why I actually still somewhat enjoy Zavala. Just because Cadle says, we can work out some kind of thing. You can be my right hand on my council. The only thing I want from you is to bow. And of course, Zavala says no. Because he knows.
I think the problem with what you're saying is you're saying give us all the history in one movie, and then it's like, what's the sequel about? Because they're going to want number 2. They're going to want number 3. They're going to want number 4. They're going to want to milk it just like every other fucking franchise. Okay.
So let's go Red War all the way to end of Forsaken. Let's end out on a very strong fucking note.
Okay.
Cade's death.
Okay.
As soon as Cade's death happens, that seems like a good kind of like point.
But then that makes the next movie being about what? Shadowkeep and
Shadowkeep, Beyond Light, and Witch Queen.
There wasn't that much to Beyond Light. They made Beyond Light seem bigger than it really ended up being.
Yes and no. There's a lot of shit behind how that is, considering it also includes the astral alignments. Technically, it's a shattered realm. I would consider that to be a part of Beyond Light.
It was a terrible reason to buy a game studio. They say more acquisitions are coming, and I don't know what fucking studio is left. What are they gonna buy? Fucking Devolver? Like
Devolver,
Ubisoft? They gonna try to buy Ubisoft? Make more?
If they go to fucking Ubisoft, no.
Make more Assassin's Creed movies that nobody's gonna watch?
I could say the banned word right now, but I'm not going to. The thing I told you about pre-stream that they're making.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Let's wrap this episode up. We gotta go.
Oh yeah, we do.
So, we got some new Game Pass games. We're getting something called Crossfire, which I haven't heard of.
I think that was on PC. It was like a free-to-play first-person shooter. So I don't know. I think it might just be something for the console release. Besiege. I have this on PC. It's a very fun little build a destructible to go and destroy something, and it's fun with physics. Dreamscaper looks fun. Edge of Eternity, a nice little JRPG style game that it's from the look of it probably 40 hours plus. Infernax, I've heard about this one, have not seen it. It's similar to like Ghosts and Goblins with a little bit of roguelike. Skull, another interesting roguelite as far as I remember. Telling Lies looks like an FMV thing, which I will probably take a look at after this. Ark, Ultimate Survivor. I don't want to tell you about the 1,000 plus hours I've spent on Ark, but with the Ultimate Survivor, it has the second DLC pack to it, so I don't know if I want to be a part of that, especially with its 138 gigabyte download. Yeah, have fun with that. The Last Kids on Earth. I believe this was a survivalist style game. I need to look into this one. And an old PlayStation exclusive game. Contrast, which is a nice little platformer that is a play on light. That kind of, you go into shadow. Kind of like Link Between Worlds, kind of. Interestingly. Great music, but it was a PlayStation exclusive for a long time. So it's good to see it here. And I highly recommend it for those who actually want to play a nice little comfortable platformer if you liked Limbo.
Now, this one's coming from Compulsion Games, and they said, we are so glad to announce that our very first game, Contrast, will be coming to Xbox Game Pass on February 3rd. So I don't think it was necessarily that it was a PlayStation exclusive. I think it might have been more along the lines of that's what it was released on at the time.
Yes,
you know?
Yes, it was originally released there, and it was exclusive toward that because I remember because I got it through the introductory for PlayStation Plus.
Now this looks cleaned up too.
Oh, it looks great.
So that's nice.
But shoe news.
What am I look at? These Gingham?
No.
Golf.
Picnic.
So it's straight up family picnic. It's Gingham. But they're saying picnic, so it's picnic.
Yeah, because I couldn't find anything nerd related.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's Gingham, but it's picnic.
Yeah, it's
so technically, if you were to say, I like your picnic print, and thank you, Trixie, I think, for this one, people will look at you and go, it's Gingham, you fucking moron. But in this case, they're actually saying picnic.
Okay, yes.
So
yes,
these are absolutely god-awful, and they made the tongues ketchup and mustard packages.
Yes.
Heinz, to be specific.
It's similar to Heinz, yes. Because, of course, they
use the shape.
They use the shape. They knew what they were doing.
These are fucking horrible.
They are kind of loud and kind of meh.
And they've got like the wicker basket thing going on for part of the design, and then gingham for the other part.
Yeah, it doesn't look like, as far as what it's supposed to be, it doesn't look that bad. But yeah, no, they're pretty loud.
Yeah, like they did really good at making it a family picnic. Yeah. But dear Lord,
I looked multiple times up and down. There was nothing. For
we
this
have shoe news. That's what matters.
Yeah.
All right, we got a trailer to talk about next.
So when we were watching this trailer, which is Catwoman Hunted, which is going to be set to release later on this month?
Sometime this year.
This year.
It's the next thing in the DC animated movies.
This shit looked weeb as hell.
It's very anime.
It is very anime. But it looked good. A lot of fight scenes and a lot of cat puns. Not mad at it, but it looks good. It gave me very... Oh, boy.
When you say cat puns, are you just talking about like Selena saying things like perfect and stuff like that?
Yeah, perfect.
That happens in all of that.
A cat always lands on their feet.
Yeah, that's just normal shit with Selena at this point. You can't even blame the movie. That's just how Selena is.
Fair enough then. But
It's kind of 70s Gentleman Thief meets Catwoman
a little Lupin the
meets
Third.
anime.
A little Lupin the Third is in a harsher anime tone.
More Gentleman than Lupin, though, because Lupin's kind of bumbling dork.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. Speaking of which, have you seen the new the latest animated?
The movie?
The bubbly, nice, crisp animated one? Yeah.
Oh, I haven't actually watched the movie, but we covered the trailers and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, go watch it, man.
I've never actually done the whole run on Lupin.
Yeah, I watched a fair few episodes, but yeah, no, there's a bunch of animes.
This one is rated PG-13, and it does seem to be featuring Selena and Batwoman as the two mains in it. It looks pretty interesting.
The costumes look nice.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah, there's some weird monsters.
Very weird monsters. This does strike as very anime.
Also, at some point, it looked like something like some kind of mech suits, and
Yeah.
she's got a sword, but
Sure.
it's like huge, almost like a fucking regular anime sword is.
Yeah.
It's not a katana. I don't know. She fights Chesser, which is interesting.
Lupin the Third.
Yeah. Also kind of like how when like they try to make American cartoons not anime, but at least an anime enough to get you to look twice, like Totally Spies.
You know what?
That's kind of what the other field has.
That is kind of how this feels.
Yeah.
This feels kind of Totally Spies. And speaking of which, that's coming back.
It is.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait till I see the trailer before I even want to talk about it on the show.
I'm curious if they're gonna make it.
Same style?
If they're gonna make it the exact same show, if they're gonna try to.
Adultize it?
Yeah, like turn it up a little bit.
I'm hoping, because fucking Clover was always like, I have a date later on tonight. I'm like, with who? With who? We don't see no guys.
Or gals.
Or gals. The only one you ever get is your arch nemesis female. But even still, we only saw her like 3 episodes. Fuck out of here. But there is a... Yeah, look at that.
Oh, the 2011 Blade anime? They also did a Wolverine one around
They
this
did.
time.
Yeah, they did. It's just funny to see that, though.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the tattoo.
No.
But we got one last thing to wrap things up. In connection to the fact that they are continuing to do more shows, and I do believe have plans for a live action thing as well on Netflix. And also perfect time for Black History Month. Masters of the Universe Mattel are launching a new run of figures. We couldn't get a full photo set of all of them, sadly, but we did get one of them here for some of the more classic characters. This one here is, it says Capture the Sun Power as it shines down on the Masters of the Universe original collection with the arrival of Sunman, the greatest hero of them all, from the 1985 Sunman and the Rulers of the Sun action figure line, available at Amazon, Target, and Walmart. The screen is just barely cutting it off.
I see what you're
So I kept having to
wobble back. Yeah, I see it. Sorry, I'll move it next time.
The figures are very much classic. I really
and
do
I think
like
even
them.
the packaging was very retro. Is the packaging down here? No, but I'm not going to continue scrolling because Twitter.
Yeah.
But I'm currently reading the FAQ, going back over to the Destiny thing just for 2 seconds. They are in charge of Destiny. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. They are keeping charge of Destiny.
So then what does Sony get out of this fucking deal? They bought something that they aren't in charge of?
Like, I play Destiny on Steam, Xbox, Stadia. Will my platform still be supported? Yes. Bungie has...
That I know it wasn't going to change unless they make them release Destiny 3.
Right. Bungie has future games in development. Will they now become PlayStation exclusives? No.
If the deals are already signed.
Right. But
That's the same thing that's going on with Microsoft's thing. Like, Phil Spencer had to come out and say, all previous deals are still there. Those games will still come out on PlayStation.
Right.
But is clearly making it say all previous deals, which means in the future, a Call of Duty game, if they wanted to, could go exclusive to Xbox.
Right. Here we go.
I think they'd be dumb to do that, though.
Here's your problem with this. Ready? Will Destiny 2, The Witch Queen, include any platform exclusives? No.
No, because that one's already got the deal signed.
Right. Will... will Destiny 2 experience on non-PlayStation platforms be impacted by Bungie becoming part of PlayStation? No. We want you to maintain the same great experience you already have on the platform of your choice. I mean, that's a little ambiguous, but I think the worst case is you'll probably get either like an emblem, maybe.
Yeah, you get to walk around with a router.
Shit.
No, we get mini fridges, they get routers. PC
mean-
people are just going to sit there and scream at you while having LED lights bounce around in the background.
And
Tell me I'm wrong.
And can I break a keyboard? I want an emote that breaks a keyboard.
You know what? How is that not a thing?
Breaking keyboard emote. I'm pretty sure that was like a season 2 thing.
It probably was. But that's what we got for you guys this week. We're off to go watch wrestling and eat some mac and cheese.
And not shit my ass.
I'm not making any promises.
But thank you for joining us. Remember to tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell a friend of me. Remember to check the links down below. And if you're watching this on Twitch, or if you happen to check the Twitch down below, you can see our Twitter feeds. Remember to follow those if you want to take a peek at what we're liking at the time.
Or me shit talking PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean, he was mean. He was mean talking PlayStation a little bit. But
I spoke facts, which is why no one's called me out.
hold on, you spoke facts, but you were a little out of line. A little out of line.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit, but it was.
Until I get an apology for them letting my fucking account get hacked and someone charging $400 almost to my fucking card, they will not get to apologize for my one tweet.
That's fine. But yes, remember to like, subscribe, tell the frenemies, tell everybody that needs to know. But just make sure that keep listening to us. We're gonna try and give you an entertaining show through this whole entire year. It's gonna be a long one.
It's already February. I don't know. January went quick.
January really fucking quick.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.